देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. So as we were reading in the last class, there are many concepts we have. When it is understood from subjective spiritual sense, then there is a new meaning from that. This age is called the age of information. Person who has maximum information is more rich in terms of his dealing with this world. Then what could be the difference between information and knowledge? To know little about everything, to know more and more about a particular thing, these both are information only. Anything details about an object is information. Unless that object changes me as a person, brings change in me, brings change in the person, that information can be considered as knowledge. That, when gets matured, becomes your wisdom. Information doesn't make you wise unless that information is converted into my subjective wealth, which makes me a better person or a wiser person. You know more about fashion, you know more about economics, you know more about clouds, atmosphere, you know more, any object you come to know about. You remain the same. Here is a big concept. Whatever objective study we do could be a simple study to the deep study of science. In that study, the most important part is the person who studies. He or she becomes part of that experiment. You did a scientific experiment. How you are not part of that experiment? You are doing physical experiment of physical science. How come a person who conducts an experiment is not part of the experiment? That conscious being, unless that conscious being is there, no inert object can be studied. This is inert object. Table is an inert object. This is an inert object. Unless there is a conscious principle, unless there is that which is throbbing, breathing, capable to react, capable to understand, capable to realize, that conscious principle is not there, there is no physical study is possible. You cannot keep this book and telephone and book studies each other. No. Wherever any kind of knowledge takes place, let us understand a little about knowledge. Knowledge is only when consciousness in you becomes part of that process of objective information. I am trying to put in words. Other day I went to one place near London. So it was written Sanskrit week. 7 days of studying Sanskrit. It's a residential 7 days retreat studying Sanskrit. About 70 of them. Interestingly, 60 to 65 people are white-skinned British people. Only 3 or 4 Indians I saw. And in 7 days, they want to study only 2 slokas of Kenopanishad for 7 days. Every word of that verse, it's Shankaracharya's Bhashya, every word of that, there will be a person to explain that. In those 2 slokas, a particular sloka they have selected. And I told to the organizer, who has selected these 2 slokas are very intelligent people. One of them is my favorite shloka. What is that favorite shloka? Is about this information which we are talking. Kenopanishad, this shloka says, Pratibodha viditam matam amritatvam hi vindate. That is the first line. Bodha is knowledge. Here knowledge is not the information and wisdom which we are talking, no. Here knowledge is, I opened my eyes, I looked at the phone, I could recognize that this is the phone. This senses, mind and an objects are connected and a knowledge took place that yes, this is a phone. We have thousands and thousands of this kind of knowledge takes place every day. It is the mind. Okay, let us understand first. We have got 5 senses of knowledge. We have 5 senses by which we collect information from this world, objective world. We see, we touch, we smell, we hear, and we taste. These are the 5 senses we have which continuously collects the information of this world. Is there any information other than these 5 senses? No, unless you grow one more sense. We don't have 6th sense. Don't take common sense as the 6th sense. 6th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 6th. We don't have the 6th. For example, there are 2 pieces of iron. Is there any way by touching it, by hearing it, by smelling it, tasting it, you can understand that one of the piece of iron is a magnet? Your 5 senses are not sufficient to understand a piece of iron whether it is a magnet or not. Unless you bring a magnet or unless you bring another piece of iron to understand whether it attracts or not. Your 5 senses, without any external help, is not able to understand the magnetic field of the iron. Correct? So we have these 5 senses, then we add on. Like magnetism we don't understand, we have. Another thing which we did, science did, is increasing the capacity of your senses. We are all born with whatever eyesight, but we couldn't see the objects which are very far, so we invented telescope. So far things also now I can see. With these eyes I cannot see the minute finer things, so we invented microscope. So we increased the capacity of our eyes. I cannot see what is happening in India now, but you can if you have a system, put cameras and transmission. I can see on the screen. We increase the capacity of eyes. Similarly, radio, we can increase capacity of hearing. So we have these 5 senses which collects information from this world. Then there is a CPU. And then we have 5 senses to react to this world. We have hands and feet, and so we react to this world. So 5 senses of knowledge with the help of the CPU of mind, and there is a motorized body to move, to walk, to run, etc. So 5 senses of knowledge, when the information which we gather by 5 senses, when we process it, then there is a conscious principle. Very interesting. This is a meditation in itself. You saw a flower. Who saw it? Eyes. How you know it is a flower? I have a previous experience of flower, so we recognized it. If you see it for the first time, it is cognition. Second time onwards, it is recognition. You cognize it again. So these 5 senses, coming in contact with the objects of the world, collected information, good, bad, soft, whatever. And information is passed to the brain through the eyes, through the skin, through the nostril, through the ears. Eventually all information goes to the mind. Once we had discussed, so we don't deal with that. Till now, science has developed about sight, eyes, sight, sound, and maximum what? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. So Shabda, Sparsha and Rupa, Rasa and Sparsha, touch and taste, has not been developed from scientific point of view yet. Something is happening somewhere, you can see it through the TV. Something happening you can hear through the radio, phone, etc. But if you show me a video that you are cooking, I cannot get smell of what you are cooking through TV. That science has yet to be developed. Then you tell me, Swamiji, can you please taste the food? I can see the food, maybe I can hearing some sound, but I cannot taste the food. So I cannot touch and I cannot taste. That science has not yet developed from that point of view. Maybe it is there on principle. Maybe something is invented, but it has not come to the commercial world yet. Maybe, we do not know. What we are talking here is 5 senses of knowledge, collects, gathers information, passes to the brain. Who passes to the brain? Mind. You say you are seeing an object. Without the presence of mind, you cannot see anything. You say, I am hearing. Without the presence of mind, you cannot hear. You are sitting here, but your mind is somewhere else. You do not hear what I speak. So every sense, when it gathers information from this world, it has to be accompanied with the mind. Otherwise, that information is not collected and sent to the brain. So it comes to the brain, then there is a hard disk where all the previous information is collected. For example, I saw you after 20 years. So, Swamiji, do you recognize me? I keep on looking at you. Somewhere I have seen you, but I don't remember. What process is going on? Like a Google search engine is going on. I'm trying to find out from my recorded hard disk whether this face I can find somewhere. Then some pattern of this face will come and say, are you so and so? Are you so and so? Because those 2-3 faces belongs to that pattern. Then you minimize when you are introduced, etc. Why I am talking this? Senses collected information with the presence of mind. The picture, the sound, the smell, the touch were passed to the brain. And there it process. What process? Good or bad? I want it or I do not want. So likes and dislikes are created in the mind. And then your another 5 actions react to it. Oh yes, I want it. Even when you say I want it, that also is external organ, karmendriya. So here is the picture. 5 senses of knowledge, 5 senses of action in between mind and the CPU. This is what we are totally. Beauty is where? There is something more than this about which Upanishad says. It is very strange. 3,500 to 5,000 years before, people have thought about this and written. I saw an object. The mind took the picture, sent it to the brain, and brain immediately recognized, oh, it's a phone. But then there is a question whether it is a dummy phone or a real phone. So only one sense, I was not able to ascertain that truth. So you touched it. As soon as you lift it, yes, some weight is there, then touch the screen, etc. Yes, it's a real phone. Conclusion came. One sense was not enough to give you conclusion, so 2 senses came. Sometimes 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. You cooked one curry. Can you see at a glance whether it is tasty or not? You cook potato. At a glance, can you see whether it is boiled or not? No. So you saw, then you pressed, then you taste. 3 senses are required to ascertain this knowledge that potato is cooked. We are trying to think. But still there is something without which the simple knowledge whether potato is boiled or not also cannot be known. Senses are there, mind is there, brain is there. But all these 3 are incapable of ascertaining anything till there is a conscious principle become part of it. So it is said, this is Vedanta. This is religion which we all knowingly or unknowingly are trying to find. Any simple act, that is the philosophical root of Karma Yoga. Every simple act, I looked, I recognized it's a phone. What a big deal. Without a conscious principle, this much knowledge is not able to happen or convey. So it is said. Yoga Sutra says in more details. When an object comes in front of you, when you look at the object, your mind actually comes out of your eyes, as if envelops the object. Take a 3D picture, passes to the brain. But brain is nothing but lump of flesh. What is that conscious principle? Until a flash of light falls on that piece of information, you don't even realize that this is a phone. Shankaracharya wrote in the commentary, Pratibodha viditam matam. Pratibodha bodhe pratividitam. Every bodha, every knowledge, simplest knowledge, this is a phone, this is she, this is he, this is book, this is me, whichever way. But the flash of light, in a way, of that conscious principle within you have to fall on that information. Then only it moves. Then only it becomes a knowledge. When I came to know that this is phone, and when that consciousness acted upon that, which converted this photograph into information that yes, this is a phone, you are supposed to catch that flash of light. We catch the phone, no use. You catch the information, oh, this is a phone, iPhone, this is no use. You realize that you are that conscious principle who is observing these things. And that conscious principle has to be realized, that I am that conscious principle. Am I a phone? No. Am I the I who looked at the phone? No. Am I the mind who accompanied the eyesight and brought this picture to the brain? No. Why I am telling no? Maybe I am the mind. If I am the mind, I cannot objectify the mind. This is my phone. In my wildest dream, do I feel I am the phone? No. I am not the phone. This is my phone. So me and my phone are eternally separate existence. This is my son. Of course, your son. Do you say, I am my son? No. The object could be mine. I am not the object. I am the subject. That subject which objectifies everything. And this process of recognizing, etc., is only information. It doesn't have much value because there are millions and millions of objects. Neither the object is important, nor the process of knowing the object is important. Science falls into it. Only that is important, which is me. Me means that consciousness, which is responsible, not objectively but subjectively. If I am not there, this doesn't exist. Correct? The whole world to exist, your presence is required, no? To understand the world exists. That's why you are important. You means that conscious principle is important. Adi Shankaracharya's main opponent in argumentation was the Buddhist people. And Buddhists are nihilist, shunyavadi. Philosophy says nothing exists. Nothing exists. You go to the very great people, nothing, no criticism about anybody. You online just see Buddhist monks are conducting meditation classes. make your mind zero, without thoughts. Everything goes to nihilism. Nothing exists. So there was a debate between Buddhistic scholars and Adi Shankaracharya. Nothing exists. Shankara says, no, Atman is always existent. No. It's a very simple logic Shankaracharya used and said, fine, nothing exists. I also say nothing exists. Tell me who realized that nothing exists. One who realizes that nothing exists has to exist, no? Nobody was there. How do you say nobody was there? You are there, otherwise how you can know that nobody was there? Oh, when I went to the auditorium, nobody was there. When you say nobody was there, that implies that I was there. There is nothing non-existent, because to experience non-existent, some existence is required. Otherwise, who will experience the non-existence? Because non-existence also is an object to know. So the knower, I can exist even if there is no object for me to objectify. But an object cannot exist if there is no observer. Without observer's existence, there is no object existence. And why we perceive the object so much? Because of our liking and disliking. It looks very simple. Do I able to see you people because I like you or dislike you? We don't think so. But think once more. It's not a personal liking. I gave this example many times. You came from the main gate, entered. There is a small speed breaker, a hump is there. In that, one of the tile is broken. Those who drive definitely observe it. Those who walk may not. But that broken tile exists irrespective of your driving or walking. Those who did not observe, do you think for them that tile doesn't exist? Tile was there. You didn't observe. But when you couldn't observe, in spite of its presence, in a way it didn't exist for you. If it existed, you must have seen it. But it went out of your radar. When you become detached, slowly the objects goes out of your radar. It doesn't matter whether they exist or not. Your state of mind is such that the presence or absence of that object doesn't matter to you. Presence of an object or the absence of an object is felt provided you have something to do with that object. If you are totally detached with that object, even if the object is there, it will not come to any of your five senses.
It has to be detached from the senses also. In between.
Senses, my eyes are open. Object is also there. But still my eyes are not able to see the object. Because with that object, neither I have a liking nor I have a dislike for it. I am walking, nice flower. So I could see, I could understand the presence of the flower because I appreciate flower. There was some foul smell. Because I dislike it, that smell existed for me. But when you are walking, there was a small piece of stone in a corner. No, I didn't see it. Why you didn't see? Stone was there, your eyes are open because you do not have any attraction or aversion for that object. Even if it is there, you didn't see it. For example, you saw a picture, a photograph, a drawing. What did you see? You will see only the main object. A person is there or not, or a mountain is there or not. Minute details, even if you have seen, doesn't get registered because it is not important in that picture according to you. So you didn't even observe. We used to play one game. It's a kind of memory game. On one table we keep totally different objects. You have a pencil also, you have a screwdriver also, you have a mobile phone also, you have a chocolate also. Nothing to do with any. All the 50 absolutely different objects. It is kept behind the curtain. This was we used to play in our childhood. Exactly 20 seconds are given to you. Go inside, 20 seconds, look at the object. Come out and make a list of the object. Which objects you could remember? Just for analysis purpose. Out of 50 objects, you may remember 20, 30, 40, whichever. Some less, some more. Which objects you could remember? Which either you liked or you disliked. The objects with which you don't have any liking or dislike, even if it is presence, you will not remember. You say something?
Sometimes when someone plays games on the train, let's say video games, and someone is talking, let's say I'm talking to my friend, and sometimes my friend doesn't listen to me at all, and he forgets that I'm like this keeps playing.
I think all examples lead to the same only. That why do I remember the chocolate on the table? Because I like chocolate. I know the mobile phone, so I remember that. But there are certain objects which at a glance I didn't even understand what the object is because I have not used it. You will take me some part of computer and put it there. I don't know what name also it is. Principle what we are going to discuss here is your liking, dislike, your attachment and aversion as if gives the object a concrete form for you to remember, for you to recognize. The less and less attachment and aversion you have in this world, it is easier for you to meditate because less objects are there to disturb you and divert your mind. When you sit for meditation, you say, my mind is disturbed, so many objects. Have little patience. Write down which are the objects which haunts you in your meditation. Only two types of objects with whom you are attached, for which you have aversion. If you do not have attachment and aversion, those are passing thoughts, do not disturb you. That's why we say when you meditate, I was meditating and suddenly I remembered today morning in breakfast I had taken toast, and then with toast person to kitchen, so many things come. It's very fast connections of objects. The idea is the less and less attachment and aversion you have, those objects as if, this is a Vedanta way of putting it, as if the object loses the strength to disturb you. I have no right to change you, I have no control over you that I can change you. But if I reduce my attachment and aversion for you, you lose capacity to affect me. That means why I am affected by people? Because I gave importance to them. Today also we were talking in one place. Maybe one of us or two of us do not like mangoes. Do you think mangoes will lose anything because you don't like it? No. What you have to tell to me about me is your opinion. I don't become what you say. That's why we should not be so much disturbed by people's opinion about you. It is their opinion, and they have a right to give an opinion. I don't change. I am not what you give opinion about me. This detachment will help us to disconnect ourselves with the objects which could be haunting you in your meditation. That's why we say, if you meditate for 1 hour a day, the quality of that 1 hour of meditation depends on 23 hours how you spend. If you spend 23 hours with strong attachments and aversion, with a strong desire for whatever object, those objects are going to haunt you. Remember in our childhood, tomorrow is a school's excursion, night cannot sleep, so excited. As the time went, it doesn't make much difference. But because we loved the object called excursion, so it haunts you, doesn't allow you to sit quietly. Earlier time, some of you may have seen, our children from boys' home used to go for evening prayer. The day you find the children are singing the Aarti song very loudly, 100% be sure that dinner is very good today. They are excited. This happens to us. There is a word which we use, it's called utsaha. Correct? What is utsaha? Enthusiasm. What is the root word of utsaha? You are out of your mind. You are already out of yourself. So much enthusiasm for something that you practically lose even discrimination whether you should do it or not. You are over-enthusiastic. What is over-enthusiastic? You lose whether you should do it or not. That called utsaha, then ati utsaha came. Utsaha is good maybe, but not ati utsaha. So, when we discuss is this, Sri Krishna beautifully describes some shlokas, the importance and greatness of knowledge, not information, knowledge. Again, information is all about the objects. Knowledge is when information changes me as a person. I read a book, so what? Oh, that book changed me. Then there is something important. Swami Sarada Hall writes, people have, oh, that day I had a dream. In a dream I saw Swami Vivekananda. Okay. Oh, I had a vision. I saw Krishna. Okay. He writes, see how this is called knowledge. He writes, no vision has any value if it doesn't bring a permanent subjective change in your personality. Yesterday in my dream I saw Krishna. Next morning I am the same person. There is no use. Oh, in my meditation I had a vision of Sri Ramakrishna. After meditation I remain the same. No. That vision, that any kind of experience, don't consider that even as an experience unless it brings a positive, permanent change in your personality. It doesn't mean anything. It is just like seeing a picture. Like that you saw imagined a picture. But we are so much behind, oh no, it must be a vision. You don't certify that as a vision which doesn't bring change in you. Yeah, it's good to see. There is something slang which I cannot say here. A disciple of Sri Ramakrishna was asked this question. Is the visions are not good? He said, yeah. It is good to see a good vision. But it doesn't have any value if it doesn't change you as a person. It doesn't make you more spiritual, doesn't make you more pure, doesn't make you more advanced. So here, Sri Krishna, in few slokas, appreciates the glory, importance and significance of knowledge. Apichedasi papebhya sarvebhya papakrittamah sarvam jnanaplaveneva vrijinam santarishyati. Very, very beautiful. You may have done any mistakes in life. Not mistakes, even blunders. Maybe you did something very wrong. Maybe for that you are punished. Whatever. But once, with your effort and sadhana, if you achieve the knowledge of subjective who you are, it will not cancel your punishment. Remember that. Jnana doesn't mean your prarabdha is destroyed by jnana. No. Jnana, even the knowledge of the highest order, it may destroy your past karma, but it will not destroy your prarabdha karma with which your body is formed. If there is a fan moving, even if you switch it off, there is a residual energy, kinetic energy, which keeps on fan moving for a while. You are disconnected with this world. You do not have any interest. You are totally free from attachment and aversion. But that happened now. What about your previous attachment and aversion? So that momentum goes and your life continues till the momentum is. He gives example how ignorance is destroyed. If there is darkness in this room, you come inside and threaten the darkness. Get out from here. Darkness will not go. You bring a rifle, I will kill you. Darkness will not go. But you bring a small matchstick, is enough to dispel the darkness. Why this example is given? If you have one disease, that particular medicine will work, not other medicines. If you have ignorance, knowledge is the only solution. Not strength, nor money, no beauty, no. Only knowledge can destroy ignorance. So he says, just like fire destroys the wood and reduce it to the ashes, in the same way, the knowledge will reduce your ignorance to this, as if zero. Then he says, there is nothing purer than knowledge. You become a better person not by collection of information. You become a better person when your knowledge and wisdom increases. When you are very knowledgeable, your external look is not that much important. Correct? You get more money by external look. If you look beautiful, you look handsome, you can make more money. But the world will respect you. Not only appreciate your beauty, world will respect if you have knowledge. Look at Dr. Abdul Kalam. Very simple man. But the whole world say, wow, great person. Knowledge and wisdom is the goal. What you bank on, other than that, is all temporary. It will not last longer. And that's why this Cinema people are very much in hurry to make money because they know after 5 years nobody will give me a cent. But a wise person every day becomes wiser. It is not translated in money, don't mistake it. Money is not the only barometer to ascertain or assessment of your success. So here he says, Nahi jnanena sudrisham pavitramaya vidyate. There is nothing purifying factor than knowledge. A person with knowledge, so much so, that person has a capacity to impart knowledge, give knowledge without reducing his own knowledge. Knowledge is the only wealth. The more you spend, it increases. And there is a famous sloka which our parents taught us. What is the sloka? Very, very simple, beautiful sloka it is. Na choraharyam, the thief cannot steal. Na cha rajaharyam, government cannot put a tax on that. Na choraharyam, na cha rajaharyam, na bhatrubhajyam. Your brothers cannot say, give me my share. Na cha bharakari. And it is not a matter of tension for you. That so much knowledge is there, I can't tolerate. No. Vyaye krite vardate eva nityam. The more you spend, it increases more and more. Vidyathanam sarvathanam pradhanam. So the wealth of knowledge is the highest kind of wealth. Because more you spend, it increases more and more. So the glory of knowledge is also very integral part of Bhagavad Gita which Krishna told to Arjuna.
This knowledge has not for the worldly things.
No, that is information. That is information. We need to differentiate between this information and knowledge. Nowadays you will find people are who is intelligent or who keeps so much information. But there is another group of people who say, I don't need to do it. I ask you a question, I ask Google, it gives immediately answer. So information collection in a modern time is not a big virtue as it used to be. GK. GK was a big subject. Now nobody bothers for GK. It's all here. It's all here. But wisdom is not available anywhere. You may read the whole library, you may not become wise. You may read one sentence, you can become wise. And there is a famous line, Dai Akshar Prem Ka Pade So Pandit Hoy. There is a Hindi line which says that Pothi Pad Pad Jagamua Pandit Bhayo Na Koi. People read volumes and volumes, couldn't become a wise person. Dai Akshar Prem Ka. The prema or the love is a small word. If you understand that, you become wise. Love means love for God, not for the world. So that's the idea. We'll see next. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.